Jesse David. Thank you. I'm Jesse David Fox, senior writer at Vulture. So what you're about to see, I don't know if you ever heard an improv show. They go, everything is made up. It's amazing how little they know about what's about to happen. So all I will need is a suggestion for a title of a movie. Please speak clearly, and I will pick whenever you guys are ready to do that. Oh, do hand raising. No, just shout out, because I don't want to pick. We're not doing that one. That's the only one I'm going to come here. Song of the Squid. Song of the Squid. Please welcome your moderator from the Blank Check podcast, Griffin Newman, and the cast and crew of The Sound of the Squid.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Wow, what an event we have here. Standing ovation. Come on. We're looking at a historic assemblage. This is the first time in 20 years they've all been on the same stage. Took a lot of lawyers to make this
Standing ovation,
happen.
please.
Yeah. It's your first viral moment there. I forgive you. Wow, I have chills already. This is crazy. Tribeca has this robust reunions program, and a couple weeks ago, Martin Scorsese and Jodie Foster and Harvey Keitel and Robert De Niro did a 50th anniversary look back at Taxi Driver, and I can't think of anything that was a better prelude to what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah.
Something that's been so overdue. It feels silly to even suggest this, but humor me. If each of you could just go down the line and say what we all know you did on the film.
Yeah.
And your name.
My name's Carlsbad. So, with indie filmmaking, we all wear a lot of hats. Especially at the time, we had no money. We had no money to do any of this. And so I was happy to take charge and be sort of associate producer, and work under a lot of these guys, work over some of these guys, and craft services. Thank you. It's an honor.
Wonderful, and thank you. It's great to see. I haven't seen Carl's in quite a long time, and it's great to be here. My name is Chip Aspen. Thank you. And I was the screenwriter and kind of write up. I was the screenwriter and was pretty much gonna be the producer until right before shooting started. But I'm happy to still always have been the screenwriter. And that's good for me. Chip Aspen, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lopez. I was a cast member, and I guess you would say first on the call sheet, and an executive producer of the movie as well.
Yeah.
I love mi gente Latino.
Rex, Alabama.
Wow.
Co-lead along with Jen, and of course, stunts coordinator.
I think first and foremost, we need to sadly just acknowledge the absence in the room. Obviously, this is now, 20 years later, a film without a director. And that's because, of course, that director is in federal prison.
Yeah.
He has basically been secreted by the government. But I do think we need to talk about, I think there's some need to separate the art from the artist today, and talk about all of your experiences working with the auteur of this film.
Like I said before, we had no money for this shoot. Yeah. Initial budget, $80 million.
Yeah.
So that $80 million had to go somewhere.
It's a big gap.
And our lead creator, David Madoff.
Relation, right?
Yeah, they are related.
Yeah.
They are related. He was able to procure all these funds, and then on the day it was like, submit a budget to me that does not use any of the money. And I think I don't know. I don't want to get emotional.
Conversation, and I do want to, and just to be clear, because it's been 20 years and we're so happy for this reunion. We didn't know shit. We didn't know anything.
I knew everything.
So different levels of knowledge amongst the team.
Rex, notwithstanding our co-lead and stunt coordinator, Sound of the Squid started first as a screenplay, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to initially be a deep exploration about a squid as a metaphor for kind of the deep ocean life and the way that reflects internally, and do we ever really get to know ourselves, and can we really see who we are deep down? And then, our director, David, he basically came and said, we have $80 million, how'd you like a $160 million budget? I can get that to you by Thursday. Sign the money over to me. Right. And
Which
I
is
said,
initially where I came into the project as well.
Yeah.
At the 160 level.
At the 160 level.
Yeah, and it's worth even just calling out right now, because obviously this is a film with alternate titles. You wrote it as Sound of the Squid, then it was released in most territories as Song of the Squid. I understand that was a legal workaround kind of thing.
It was legal, and also when Jennifer came on board, it became a musical.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I mean, the music is almost like, another star of the film, I would say. A co-lead along with the two of you.
I don't want to, I'm not the musician. I don't want to jump in unfairly, but I just want to say I still get, what does the squid say? Stuck in my head to this day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people humming it on the line out there
Aw.
around the block.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that is me singing. So.
Weird thing for you to call out, as if it was in question.
Yeah, and you're right to say that, because it was really hard, because, Rex and I were going through our marriage and divorce throughout the movie.
We had fun.
So yeah, those things do feel important to point out, because it's a part of the story as well.
It is rare. The showmance is a well-established thing in the annals of Hollywood history. I can't think of another case in which co-stars meet at the start of filming, begin a romance, get married, and get divorced all before the film has wrapped.
Well, it was a
principal
long
photography.
shoot.
It was a long shoot.
It was about
Long shoot,
4
yeah.
months.
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, and I think it was, by shoot day 10, I had a ring.
Yeah.
And then I think I proposed
Late.
on, what?
Late.
I did propose. I'm sorry, Jen. I proposed late, but I got around to it. And we got married on the set, underneath the big squid. Because that was a real puppet. A lot of people don't know that. The big squid was a real puppet.
We didn't have good,
We didn't
people
have
weren't doing that back
Yeah,
then.
it was too expensive.
This was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
2006, they did not have computers.
No.
If you wanted a squid, you were talking to Jim Henson, you were talking to somebody, you were getting paper mache,
And
you were making a
it's so
squid.
wonderful that we're in New York, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of this film, because we were using the squid from the Natural History Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Who kind
That's
of was
what-
like another star of the film in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
By
Like
the way,
the
that's why
soundtrack.
there's no glass in that exhibit. It's because we busted into that bad boy and got the squid gratis. You know, no money, no money.
Which ended up upping the value of the glassless squid. Now it would be kind of sacrilege for them to place that squid behind glass, now that the audience knows it this way. Just to move backwards a little bit, Chip, because you were starting to talk about the journey of the script, and obviously when the 2 stars come on board and the budget balloons several times in a row, the story itself started to change, but you were still involved in the script at that point, right?
It's a great question. You know, I had a vision for the script when I started it. My father passed away when I was 7.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And in reading sort of these letters, you know, he had been a combat veteran, and there were a lot of elements of that, but obviously a deep personal exploration of a father-son relationship as it relates to violence and the secrets we keep from ourselves. Ultimately, when Jennifer got attached, everything kind of took off, and
because she was originally just my understanding is the role she was cast in is what started as your father.
It really spoke to me.
Yeah.
Because when my agent sent it to me, I didn't understand who they wanted me to play. Right. And I just connected with this father character because remember, 2006, I think Made in Manhattan had been happening.
4 years old. Yeah. It had come out 4 years earlier.
So I was looking to, and maybe also Enough. Maybe also the film Enough.
I think that was 2001, 5
around
years
there.
earlier. Yeah.
So I was looking to really spread my wings because, and also Selena.
97, 98.
And I said, what? And I said,
Somewhere in there.
what am I not playing right now? Someone's father who's dead.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting that what spoke to you was that the character was a father, because I believe your first note when you attach yourself to the project was not anymore. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about how you redeveloped that character at all?
No.
Okay.
Because, you know, we can look back, but remember, we're doing this over letters because it's 2006. And I'm maybe releasing an album at that time.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know music as well.
Waiting for tonight.
Yeah.
I do want to make sure that we're going to get some questions about the crafty on set.
Absolutely. Well, it's...
Hey.
I don't remember this person.
You know, I get that a lot. I think, you know, if I can talk a little bit, I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
We had no money, you know? And so for craft services, it was a cooler that I was getting creative with. I got, they were like, here's $60 petty cash, go figure it out.
Yeah.
So I was, you know, inspired by the theme, I was doing a lot of calamari dishes.
Yeah.
And not getting a lot of feedback on that.
Kind of eat the character's logic.
Yeah. I was always looking for you know, because when you're coming up, because I was initially a PA that got promoted to craft service, eventually associate producer, and I'm so sorry I took that producer credit from you.
We're going to talk about that, don't worry. Yeah.
I'm not bitter.
Great.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, good. I, you know, just you got to find ways to make your splash, and that was one of the ways I tried.
I mean, it's one of, I'd say it's, you know, John Peters moving from Barbra Streisand's hairdresser to being producer and eventually head of studio, you know, is only number 2 to you going from PA intern to craft services to associate producer to eventually president of the United States. That's a pretty wild ascension, and it's wild to think that it starts here on this film.
You just never know.
You never know.
You know?
Yeah.
What kind of foot in the door you get. And,
Yeah.
you know, you guys can sit down, by the way. Thank you. Yeah.
No need to salute. This
No,
is,
I mean, we can keep it
informal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Chip, you were promised a producer credit when your script was acquired, and then it became this weird kind of situation in which obviously on stage today we have 3 producers of varying titles, but no main producer. there was sort of a choice that they would rather have no one be lead producer on the film over letting you do it. How exactly did that shake out? Because a lot of associates, execs, co's, but no main.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's a great point and a great question.
Was there a line producer?
Absolutely, several. Yeah, several.
No, we had people combing that budget day and night. There were plenty of line producers. There was no actual producer, but there were EPs, and the EPs were credits that were contractually guaranteed in terms of bringing important talent on to change the fundamental nature of the story that was being told. Having your movie makes a dream come true. And so many people write screenplays and they don't get made. And then someone comes along and they say, we're gonna make yours. And you go, this is it, my dream's coming true. And they say, can we budge this because we want to get this person attached? And you go, we can budge here. And they say, can you alter? Well, we can't actually get the deep ocean because James Cameron actually copyrighted it. And we go, okay, maybe the ocean's a metaphor. Maybe we can get a nightclub. Could it be a nightclub called the Ocean? Oh, now Jennifer Lopez could come in. She's your new dad. She's gonna be your dad, and she works method, so she's gonna ask you to act like a little boy on set. And I think that's where
I'm not method.
That's a 20 years late crossed wires situation that really humiliated me at an important time in my career.
You really did act like you wore that little Sailor Boys outfit every day. And you always had a giant lollipop on set.
I was told it would help.
Yeah. You thought it was cute.
I did, and I believed in my heart. And, at a certain point, enough became enough, and there was a certain last straw situation where they said, Jennifer doesn't think the dad should be a dad anymore. She wants Rex to come in. She thinks the Squid should be a hot man, and that there should be a romance, and she wants to add another song. And I came in and I said, hey, if you guys are gonna pull rank and make this change happen, I'm walking off as producer. And everyone in that room stood up and clapped so hard. Yeah.
And then what happened after that was that you then refused to walk due to the enthusiasm at the idea, correct?
A lot of our production vehicles were my car and my mom's car. Again, we had no money.
Yeah.
So I wasn't actually allowed to leave at that point. And I still, you hold out hope that a dream can come true. And I said, maybe some essential part of the movie will survive until it's on screen. And
And of course it has
Yes.
survived. Obviously, we're all here. And, they're doing a reading of the script at Dynasty Typewriter in L.A. tonight with
Vic Michaelis is playing your part,
with
I
Vic
think.
Michaelis.
Yeah.
I love him. And... a film set is such a collaborative place. It's why I love to do movies and why, and to harken back, back in 2006, remember, I'm going to do Hustlers in 15 years. So
More.
that's the headspace. That's the headspace I'm in. And I love that you talk about how much it changed from your script because it was, of course, originally a novel. And we didn't use any of what's in the novel either.
had I stayed a novelist, my life would be much better.
Rex, you've been fairly quiet so far. Of course, you're famously a man of few words but many punches. Jennifer's attachment to the project obviously added the musical element. Yours added the Muay Thai element. It's
100%.
It's rare for an actor to also be a stunt coordinator. You have actors who do their own stunts and stunt performers who become actors. How did you decide to expand your role in that way?
Well, David called me, and he said, I got a movie I'm working on. He said, you get to kiss Jennifer Lopez. I said, where do I sign? I thought y'all would think that was funnier.
Got a medium laugh. Medium laugh.
He said that, you know, what has started as kind of like a father-son dramatic piece has turned into a rockin' nightclub-based opera with a giant squid puppet. And I said, well, can we put some more icing on this cake? I just got back from doing heroin in Thailand, and I'd love to swing a few. And you know how David was. He always said yes.
Yeah.
And so that's how
It still does from Rikers.
yeah.
Yeah, he does. And I understand it that heroin was such a big part of the creative process throughout filming that it almost was like a co-star on this film.
Oh,
in a
I
certain way.
demanded we credit heroin.
Yeah, above the title.
Above Chip.
Yes.
Above Jim. It did get the rare a film by heroin credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
People think that's my production company. Nope.
Literally.
No, he's not allowed to have an LLC.
Yep.
Carls, what was it like wrangling all these elements together on a day-to-day basis? It doesn't sound easy.
You know, I just used it as an opportunity to learn. At first, it's like, where do I get bulk soda? And then it's like, what's the best place to nourish these actors and filmmakers so that they can do their best work? And then it's like, where can you get heroin right now?
You
Within
got
5
pretty
to
good
10
at it,
minutes.
Carls. You got pretty good at it.
And I think that's in the spirit of indie filmmaking. It's really about, problem solving.
Now, did it feel like there were specific skills or experiences you learned from this production that factored into your later, of course, infamous United States-Ireland peace accords?
Yeah. So Rex taught me a lot about getting drunk and fighting each other. And a lot came from when we'd have to choreograph a fight scene. Rex says, step up, step forward. I kind of get into what I think would be an appropriate distance from him, and he would then knee me in the chest.
Well, you got to understand, we had no budget. So it was a lot, Chip's in a few scenes, Carl's in a few scenes as the guy, when I'm doing my stuff and kind of doing flying kicks everywhere, these are the guys I was kicking.
I've noticed that Carl is a majority of the time the body being attacked in the final film.
Yes.
There's still a dent in my chest,
Yeah.
the size of Rex's knee.
Hold on, wait, I got to feel it. Hold on. Oh, it's still there.
I would love to interject.
Yeah.
Why, when our moderator mentioned Ireland, did you start talking about getting drunk and fighting?
It's a good question.
No,
Because you did, of course, reach a peace settlement with Ireland eventually, but that was the main narrative of your 3 terms.
Look, there was a lot of conflict going in to my first term with us. So, as we all know, Rex was the previous president, and
Served honorably.
I just want to say, again, Rex is 1 term. We're now halfway through your 3rd.
Thank you.
And of course, you were elected president in 2012, and you started in 2016, and are now halfway through your 3rd term. I actually feel like this is a really great timeline.
People say it. They say all the time, I feel like we're living in the best possible timeline.
I have some residual frustration with certain ways the movie went down. On a political level, these presidents and their terms, I'm a huge fan. I voted for all of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Voted for all of them.
Yeah.
I remember it being surprising at the time, Rex, that you, Rex, that you decided not to pursue a 2nd term, but also that your vice president, Heroin, decided not to run. And it was the rare case of you just sort of publicly on a grand stage saying, you know who I think should be president next, and picking Carl without a conversation.
And at that point, I was completely out of the industry, not political. Working as a bar back at Chili's.
And that was the most lucrative period of your life, I understand.
Oh my God, I was raking it in. And I look up at one of the screens midway through a World Cup game, and I'm hearing my old friend Rex give me the vouch of a lifetime.
Man, I'm still trying to place you.
We do have a bit of a special treat for all of you. And I just ask everyone place their phone in a yonder bag before they came in here, right? Because this is something legally this cannot leave this room. But recently, Vinegar Syndrome is of course working on a 15-disc box set for sound/song of the Squid. And they uncovered for the first time a deleted scene that's never been seen publicly before. And I don't know if you folks remember this, but I'd love to show it to the crowd, and then maybe we can talk about if any of you remember why it was cut out. So can we play the clip? Do we have it there in the booth?
Great.
Come in here, please. Oh, Raymond, this dog has no license and is clearly in violation of the leash law. Call the pound.
I already did, sir. The truck is waiting outside.
Out of my way! Grab that dog!
Excuse me, ma'am.
Watch out!
Oh, boy.
I mean, folks, imagine having a film strong enough to leave that on the cutting room floor.
Well,
That's from the novel.
I'm still very proud of what we just saw.
Yeah.
I think what it came down to was just talking to the families of all the people who actually died in the making of that scene. It just didn't really feel right to just show them. I mean,
It was exhausting
Yeah.
talking to all of them.
Well,
4 people died that day.
And they had a lot of family members, a lot
Yeah.
of cousins, which I think also came, from, also factored into your sort of hatred of the Irish.
yeah. Well, I really loved that sequence. I really loved that sequence from Chip's book, and so when I think I got the chance to bring it to life stunt-wise, I made us spend at least a week or two trying to get the dog to actually do the stunts. And a lot of human lives were lost in the process of trying to get a dog to take a zip line.
It is, of course, it was, I mean, I'm not trying to hit a hot button here, but it was controversial when you issued the pardons related to those incidents during your term.
Well, yeah, of course I'm going to pardon myself
Yeah, sure.
for all the people,
Sure.
for all the manslaughter I was charged with, for the deaths that occurred because I had multiple dog trainers suspended in midair trying to lure the dog down the zip line with treats.
Because remember, it's 2006.
We don't have
2006,
computers.
yeah.
We don't have computers.
And I'll be honest, I died for 3 days.
A miraculous recovery.
Yeah.
Chip, can you talk a bit about what that scene meant to you in the book, why you chose to carry it over to the film, and then how it felt to have it left on the cutting room floor?
Yeah, so there's a brief aside in one chapter of the novel where I talk about the dog days of summer and taking a trip to the bank with my father during a very hot day. And I think Rex skimmed that and took off.
Dog days.
And he said, yeah, the dog kills the guy. And I went, what? And I said, what part did you read? And Rex said, got it. And he sprinted out of the room, grabbed a syringe full of hot heroin.
I like it hot.
We all do. I think we all do.
I think we all do.
Contractually, obviously, they had to cut that scene because one of my original songs is not in it.
Right.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
It was the only scene in the original cut that was not underscored by a J-Lo original.
We tried
We
like hell to
tried.
put Jenny from the Block under that sequence
Yeah.
as a musical bed.
Different rhythm, though. Different
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Which, of course, had just come out in 2003. Maybe.
Just come out.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Jen suffers from calendar blindness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
well,
really hard for me.
I think we've had some amazing breakthroughs here today, and I hope this was healing to all of you and healing to the audience. We do unfortunately have no time to open up for audience questions.
Oh,
But
no.
it's a shame. I know you were all begging me backstage to leave ample room. But I'm wondering if there are any sort of final words you want to leave this audience with in terms of the film, its legacy, and what your life has been like since.
Yeah, I have a few. This is a song for the Squiddies. Can you hear me tonight?
God, you still got it. You still got it.
Wow. Naturally, I'll go next. You never know what a starting point in a career could look like and where it could end up. I was a PA in the office, then on set, and now current president of the United States.
Pretty famous office you're working out of these days.
Yeah, I'll say so. It's a very distinct shape. One might call it an oval.
Of this country.
Of this one. And I don't...
Not of my country, Puerto Rico.
And I feel like I should say that I do not hate the Irish. I loathe them.
This event is sponsored by Jameson, so I do think that was a wise addendum.
I got very few questions about what my career is currently doing. That's okay.
I think we all know and assumed you didn't want to talk about it.
Half of us are or have been the president, and the other is Jennifer Lopez.
Thank you.
So I get it. I do want to say that a short story that I wrote as a student in the Iowa Writers Workshop about my mother's battle with leukemia is being turned into a series of advertisements for Klarna, which will be coming to Snapchat in the next 2 hours.
Love their work. Love
Congrats,
their work.
man.
And I'm executive producing that as well.
God damn it.
I just want to say that, Jen, getting divorced from you was the biggest mistake I ever made. I was so desperate to prove to you that I was the man that you married, that I ran for president and won. And that's why I'm thrilled on this stage tonight to announce that I am running to be president of the United States following the end of Chip's term. Rex 2028. I'll see everyone at the polls.
Rex, come on, man.
Not going to top that. Thank you all very much for coming out. One final round of applause for the cast and crew of the sound/song of the Squid.
Thank you.